Welcome to the fucking news. I'm your host, Kellerman, and here's some of the shit that's been going on in the world. The president of Honduras, Xiomara Castro, announced a hardcore crackdown on gang violence, instituting mass trials and the construction of a new mega prison. A fucking mudslide in Ecuador has killed at least 6 people, injured 19, and 30 are missing. There have been reports swirling about Saudi Arabia ending a 50-year petrodollar deal with the United States, but that was just completely made up. A lot of people asked me to report on the Russian warships running drills off the coast of Cuba, and I told them I'd report it if something interesting happened. But nothing did. They finished up their drills, and now they're headed back to Russia. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has decided to dissolve his war cabinet, which was only Benny Gantz who resigned last week and Defense Minister Yoav Gallant anyway. And as their air raids on Gaza continue, Israel announced it would begin daily pauses from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day along a designated route to provide safe passage for humanitarian aid. They made it clear that this would not affect their continued assault on Rafah, where they claim to have killed more than 500 Hamas militants and identified more than 230 tunnel shafts and a total of 12.5 miles of tunnels that stretch to the Philadelphia corridor. Welcome to the fucking news. I'm your host, Kellerman, and here's some of the shit going on in the world today. The United States President Joe... Oh, it looks like his hands are on my shoulders. I didn't like that at all. United States President Joe Biden announced plans to adjust immigration laws that would allow certain U.S. citizens' spouses who do not have legal status to apply for permanent residency without having to first leave the country. Thailand's Senate passed a new marriage equality bill that'll recognize same-sex marriages. It still needs royal approval, but even this is a major landmark, and if approved, Thailand will be the third Asian country to recognize same-sex couples. And Russian President Vladimir Putin flew to North Korea for the first time in 24 years to meet with leader Kim Jong-un. During his visit, Putin plans to propose what he calls a comprehensive strategic partnership treaty. Welcome to the fucking news. I'm your host, Kellerman, and here's some of the shit going on in the world today. In Saudi Arabia, they reported over 900 people died during this year's Hajj pilgrimage as temperatures reached 125 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 51.8 degrees Celsius for all you complainers in my comment section. In India, a freight train crashed into a passenger train, killing at least 15 people and injuring around 41 others. Off the coast of Italy, 2 separate shipwrecks have claimed the lives of at least 11 people, 62 have been rescued, and 64 are still missing. Most reports identify these people as migrants. And over in Africa, a fire broke out at a military ammunitions depot in Chad, causing a massive explosion that killed at least 9 people and injured more than 46 others. Sorry, I couldn't find a video that I was capable of duetting in here, so you're just gonna have to wait till this weekend's newsletter to see footage. Welcome to the fucking news. I'm your host, Kellerman, and here's some of the shit that's been going on in the world. In Kenya, citizens have been protesting nationwide all week against a new budget reform bill that will raise taxes and the cost of living. Clashes with riot police have led to over 100 arrests, 200 people being injured, and 1 death. In the United States, a shooter opened fire at a grocery store in Arkansas, killing 3 people and injuring 10, including 2 police officers. The Israeli military struck more tent camps of displaced Palestinians outside Rafah, killing at least 25 people and injuring 50 others, according to the Gaza Health Ministry. And I'm sorry, this isn't footage from this most recent one. I had to use footage from the one a couple weeks ago that, when they did kind of the same thing. And in England, 2 protesters for the Just Stop Oil campaign spray painted Stonehenge orange. They say it's a cornflower-based powder paint and will wash away with the rain, but what do you think about this form of protest? Tell me in the comments and follow me if you give a shit.